Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready, 50, plant. Okay, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Watch twin.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Hey, alert 3, alert. 80 weapon. Ready.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Let's go.
Brandon, guys do whatever it takes to have fresh legs late in the season nowadays, don't they? How about him last week, Week 16, NFC Player of the Week for his performance?
Probably means a little bit more to him later in the year, doesn't it? Because of what you just said, the fatigue for running back throughout the season.
Shows the off-season train.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Winston. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Switch up, switch up. 59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check.
First down, Winston. He's going to air one out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Room here to run. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 35. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Back to throw. Masters. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now a handoff looking right.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Here we go. 60-or. Get it.
On the carry, it's Barton. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. 29 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission, that's their challenge, and you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ready? Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
Check it back. Check it back.
Green, Timothy.
Check it.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, wahoo!
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
All day, dog.
Hey.
Let's go.
From the gun. Masters. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 11. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here we go! 50, plant. 6-6, pull it high. 5. 54.
From the gun on 3rd down. Masters. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Ready, blue lady.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Easy.
Motion.
Mike spot 9.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
47-yard line.
Ready, black, what is that?
21. Check Mike 21.
Green, come and see.
Check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Quit talking to baby. Handle it.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready,
The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 21, check it on. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check 37, check 37. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Check 50, check 50. Shoot.
Looking to throw. Masters escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nick Bosa. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
You see me? They can't stop me out here.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Hey, I 7. 5.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Get the ball. Hey, let's go.
On 1st and 10, Winston trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Down. 10 logo. 50 to Mike. 2-jet bomber. 2-jet bomber. Get it.
And to give this time to the tailback. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
On second and very short, Winston. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? Jameis to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Jameis now on first down. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
And, Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 22. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
He's coming. We got something. Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
61.
And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
91.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Check. Crouch.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Me and you, flip it. I'm coming after you. Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They run with Taylor. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
You can't block me. Wait. Check, Mike 21. Check, let's go.
They go play action. Winston. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid. Let's go.
3rd and long for Winston. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Harris now to return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw is Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Romeo Okwara able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
They want this.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. Masters. It's brought in by Harris. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Come on, QB, come on.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go to the ground again with Taylor. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 3rd down. It's Taylor. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Now Winston on 4th down. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling, they are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
And the Lions first down.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without